दादा स्टार्ट करो.
Good evening, everybody. Namaste. We are starting today's stream. The topic is 1977 elections after emergency. Information.
साहब नमस्कार.
नमस्कार जी.
Formation of the first non-Congress government and its downfall. ये आज का टॉपिक है सर. 1977 elections after emergency and
formation. दादा.
हाँ जी.
दादा साहब हमारे बॉस थे, हमारे सीनियर थे.
अरे नमस्कार नमस्कार.
अबाउट लॉ एंड ऑल और मतलब
बहुत बढ़िया.
बाकी तो दादा साहब अपने आप बता देंगे कि क्या था क्या नहीं था, इसके बारे में बोलना नहीं चाहता. आई एम लकी दैट ही हैज ज्वाइन. मैंने अपने ग्रुप में डाला था तो दादा साहब ने ज्वाइन किया. थैंक यू सर.
बहुत बढ़िया सर आप आए.
हम लोग इमरजेंसी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं सर. इलेक्शन जब हुए थे ना, इंदिरा जी ने इमरजेंसी हटाई थी.
हाँ जी मेरे को कुछ पहले तो बैकग्राउंड नहीं पता था क्या है क्या नहीं है.
हाँ, 1977 के इलेक्शन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. कल हम लोगों ने टॉपिक कवर किया था इमरजेंसी क्यों हटी थी.
अच्छा.
आज हम लोग इमरजेंसी हटने के बाद में जब इलेक्शन हुए थे 1977 के, उस समय आप तैयारी कर रहे हो कि डिपार्टमेंट ज्वाइन करने की, तो यू मस्ट बी.
नहीं हम उस टाइम लॉ फैकल्टी में पढ़ रहे थे.
हाँ,
मूवमेंट जो होते थे, जयप्रकाश नारायण जी वहाँ पे आए थे मॉरिस नगर में, उन्होंने भाषण दिए.
मजूमदार दादा.
हाँ जी.
ये अपना नारीमन साहब के क्लास फेलो हैं.
अच्छा.
हाँ जी.
आपको फिर दोबारा नमस्कार सर. बहुत बढ़िया.
सब साथ में थे.
बहुत बढ़िया.
और एससी परिजा जो पुलिस हाई कोर्ट में थे, वो भी हमारे मित्र है. अच्छा, मित्र हैं अभी भी, मतलब ये सब.
नहीं बिल्कुल बहुत ही अच्छा लगा सर.
वी आर फॉर्चुनेट टू हैव हियर.
अच्छा, पहले कब हुआ था ये अपना डिस्कशंस? मैंने आज पहली बार देखा तो
इमीडिएटली करता हूं कि आप रेगुलर स्ट्रीम को ज्वाइन करिए, तो हमारी स्ट्रीम में थोड़ा 4 चांद लग जाएंगे आपकी नॉलेज को.
अरे हमारी नॉलेज भी सबकी स्ट्रीम में मिलने से तो हर एक की नॉलेज बढ़ती है. किसी को पूरी नॉलेज नहीं होती है, किसी को कौन सी नॉलेज होती है. किसी को 10 पता है तो किसी को 8 पता है, तो 10 और 8 मिला के 18 होते जाते हैं, बढ़ते जाते हैं. बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है आज. मैंने तो ऐसे ही क्लिक किया, मैंने कहा पता नहीं क्या है, देखते हैं.
अरे मैं थोड़ा सा बिजी हूँ अपने इसके साथ में. ये जो मेरा ग्रैंडसन बैठा हुआ है ना, इसलिए मैं.
हाँ, आवाज आ रही थी बीच में आवाज आई थी.
ठीक है. मजूमदार दादा शुरू करो.
हाँ जी. So today we are going to discuss on the 1977 elections after emergency and the formation of the first non-Congress government and its downfall. सर आप कुछ अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करें सर इस विषय पर, जितना भी आपको पता है.
हमारे टाइम पे तो उस टाइम जैसे अरुण जेटली थे और दूसरे काफ़ी अपने नेता थे. अपना एक जैसे बोला अशोक, कांग्रेस के थे वो, तो मतलब सब उस टाइम देखते थे कि ये क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. एक बहुत बड़ा चेंज आ रहा था, अनएक्सपेक्टेड था. लेकिन जैसे रैलीज होना, बड़ी रैलीज होना उस टाइम, मेन तो जयप्रकाश नारायण जी की रैली होती थी और जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस भी आए थे, उन्होंने भी रैली करी थी हमारे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में. तो वो सुन के सब लोग को समझ आता था कि हाँ, जो हुआ गलत हुआ, अभी हमको लड़ना है, कैसे करना है. वैसे तो रिजल्ट आए थे तो अनएक्सपेक्टेड थे, लेकिन काफ़ी जोर शोर से सब कुछ हुआ था.
तो सर ये टॉपिक पे हम लोग आते हैं. तो दिस इज एन आर्टिकल ऑफ जी न्यूज़ एंड this is of 2019 sir. History of the Lok Sabha election, history revisited. How political parties fared in 1977 Lok Sabha election. मैं पढ़ता हूँ सर.
ठीक.
The 1977 Lok Sabha result showcased a clear North versus South divide. जी सर. UP, Haryana, and Himachal Pradesh. The party could not even win a single seat. But in the south, the party, with its allies, did fairly well, winning 121 of 154 seats. This is remarkable, sir. And the writer is Rashi Mathur. ये मोरारजी साहब का फोटो है.
मतलब कि उस टाइम पे ये भी इशू हुआ था कि मोरारजी साहब को कैसे
जी जी जी.
चूज किया गया था, क्यों किया गया था, कैसे. वैसे तो लगता था कि आडवाणी या अटल जी
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
या फिर
उस समय की जनता पार्टी थी.
हाँ जी हाँ, यहाँ तक कि राजनारायण का भी होता था कि वो शायद प्राइम
हाँ जी
मिनिस्टर
हाँ
के लिए
जी.
कैंडिडेट हैं और वो भी बनेंगे. तो उसी में कौन जो होगा नॉन कंट्रोवर्शियल, तो इसीलिए मोरारजी देसाई को इंदिरा गांधी का एक मतलब काउंटर अपोनेंट,
करेक्ट.
इसलिए उनको चुना गया था.
उनको प्रोजेक्ट किया गया.
हाँ, क्योंकि इंदिरा गांधी ने पहले उनको, इंदिरा गांधी जी ने उनको 1968 में किक आउट किया था जब, तो उनको लगा कि ये फेस इंदिरा गांधी जी को दबाने के लिए भी ठीक है और एक कंसेंसस कैंडिडेट में सबको
और वो
मतलब जहाँ पे
वो इनके जेपी के और कृपलानी के क्लोज थे ना, ये भी तो था ना उनका.
वो भी था. हाँ हाँ, वो भी थे. लेकिन मेन पॉइंट यही था कि सबको यूनाइट कर पाएंगे, मतलब यूनाइट तो नहीं कर पाएंगे, उसमें जैसे कैबिनेट नहीं थी, कोई अपोज नहीं करेंगे और आपस में नहीं लड़ेंगे, आपस में नहीं लड़ेंगे.
तो मैं पढ़ता हूँ सर. Since 1961 to 52, when the Congress won the first Lok Sabha election in independent India, its powers have been fairly unchallenged. The party faced internal differences and had even faced a split, but no other political party had been able to give a tough fight in any of the 5 elections. But the story of the 1977 Lok Sabha elections was different. In 1971, Indira Gandhi had been confident of her victory and had called a mid-term election. She was proved right, and she came back to win a landslide majority to become the Prime Minister. She thought that she would have a similar fate when she called a mid-term election in 1977. But she was proved entirely wrong when the results came out. She suffered a crushing defeat on the hands of the Janata Alliance, as part of which all opposition parties had come together with the sole objective to bring an end to the Congress regime. यही सर आप जो बोल रहे
और अभी ठीक है, मतलब कहाँ से आ गया बीच में.
नहीं, बीच में ये देते रहते हैं ना. The fifth Lok Sabha, which was to be dissolved in March 1976, was extended twice since the Indira Gandhi government had imposed emergency in the country since January 1975. The state of emergency ended after a period of 21 months when the extended session was dissolved on the 18th of January 1977, 15 months prior to the expiry of its extended term. The voting for the election was held between advertisement between month March 16th and March 20th, 1977. So sir, ये backdrop है. On this backdrop, enraged by Indira's authoritarian rule after the emergency, 4 main non-communist opposition parties, namely the Organization Congress, also known as the Opposition Congress, the Jan Sangh, the Bharatiya Lok Dal, and the Socialist Party, decided to join hands and contest the election together as a part of a single party. The combined party was to be called the Janata Party. So this was the birth of Janata Party. For the first time in India's electoral history since independence, the Congress lost its majority in the Lok Sabha. The Janata Party emerged triumphant with a landslide victory, winning 295 of the 405 seats it contested, on with a vote percentage of 41.32. The organization Congress also bagged 3 seats, taking their winning seat share to 298. The Janata Party, ticket hot on the Bharatiya Lokdal symbol, trounced the Congress and formed the first non-Congress government of independent India, with Morarji Desai as the Prime Minister, who was previously India's Finance Minister before Indira Gandhi removed him in 1969. He was one of the veteran leaders who had been imprisoned for nearly 2 months during the emergency. Other parties in the Janata Alliance included the Communist Party of India, Marxist, which won 22 seats, 3 less that it won in the previous election. The other parties which were part of the alliance were Shiromani Akali Dal, which won 9 seats, 8 more than the last election, Peasants and Workers' Party of India, which won 5 seats, Revolutionary Socialist Party, which won 3 seats, All India Forward Bloc, with 3 seats, Republican Party of India, Khabragade, with 2 seats. 2 independents also gave its support to the Janata Alliance. The Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, which sided with the Janata Party, suffered a major setback, losing on 22 seats from the past election and winning just 1. Now this is the chart which shows how they fared in the 77 election. The Janata Party and the Congress. The side by side view. Shall I read out, sir? ये पढ़ो उसको।
दादा एक मिनट
जी सर
इसमें देखो आंध्रा में
हाँ
हाउ जनता पार्टी फेयर्ड इन 77 आंध्रा में 1 सीट और आंध्रा में इधर 41 सीट चन्ना रेड्डी वाज चीफ मिनिस्टर देयर
जी
so there was no effect in Andhra at least of emergency.
हाँ जैसे साउथ के बारे में हम लोग सोचते हैं तो we also include Andhra, so correctly pointed out by you, this is an exception because of the Congress hold there. Assam 3 seats.
Karnataka 20 hits.
2 ये increased to 26.
Congress 26.
हाँ जी. That means there was no, impact.
Yes, of emergency like. Orissa 20. 15. Orissa 15. महाराष्ट्र 20 सॉरी महाराष्ट्र 20 उड़ीसा छोड़ दो उड़ीसा ही जनता पार्टी
नहीं उड़ीसा नीचे दिखा रहा 4 पे नीचे दिखा रहा
उड़ीसा में वो जीते थे कांग्रेस 4 जीती थी और बीजू जनता दल था ना बीजू पटनायक खुद थे इसके लिए उड़ीसा में जनता दल जो है जनता पार्टी 15 जीती थी इधर ऐसा हुआ एंड देन आगे देखो तमिलनाडु 14
हाँ 14 दिस इज सिग्निफिकेंट बंगाल का हाल तो वही है देखिए 3 सीट से
व्हाट अबाउट केरला इट डजंट हैव केरला 11
केरला 11 है ना केरला 11 है
so basically 295 जनता पार्टी and 154
कांग्रेस
Congress on the
other hand faced it was defeated 30 years, managing to win 154 before 92 seats contested on with a vote percentage of 34.52. The result showcased a clear North versus South divide among those who voted in its favor and those against it. In the North Indian states of Bihar, UP, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh, the party could not even win a single seat. UP, which was the biggest state in terms of the Lok Sabha seats, had been a Congress stronghold since the first election. But Indira's calculation in the 77 election turned out to be wrong and she could not even win 1 out of the 85 Lok Sabha seats. This is very significant. However, in the south, the party did fairly well. Of the 154 seats that the party won in the country, 112 were from Andhra Pradesh. ये ब्रैकेट में जो दिखा रहा है 41, व्हाट इज दिस? 112 वर्ष फ्रॉम आंध्र प्रदेश, ब्रैकेट में 41 दिखा है। महाराष्ट्र
No. Won the country 112.
from
Out
Andhra
of that,
Pradesh.
41 from
Out of the
Andhra.
seats, so out of 41 out of 112.
41 from Andhra, Maharashtra 20,
अच्छा,
61, 26,
कर्नाटक
87 plus 14,
अच्छा ऐसा दिखा है
101, and then Kerala 11, 112 हो गया ना पूरा.
टोटल जोड़कर। जी सर, जी सर। His allies also won 9 seats, taking up the tally in the states to 1.
वही मुस्लिम लीग एंड ऑल जो वो रेगुलर उनकी पार्टियां होती हैं.
करेक्ट सर, करेक्ट सर। Congress Communist Party of India won 7 out of the 91 seats.
जस्ट मिनट पता नहीं कहाँ गया, रुक जाओ.
जी सर,
ये उड़ गया.
ये दुधैया जी निकल गए थे।
The pro-Congress Communist Party of India won 7.
Won 7 of the 91 seats contested on 16 less than its tally in the 1971 election. Altogether.
But what about West Bengal election then? West Bengal में जीत गई थी. तुम CPM CPI
वहाँ तो जीती, बाकी जगह रिजल्ट तो miserable. Nobody wanted that party actually.
That means our Communist Party India won 7 seats in Bengal only, nowhere else. It's like that, huh?
हाँ, वो उधर का ही है. Altogether, 239 candidates have contested in the election for the 542-member House. The Lok Sabha seats had been increased from 518 in the previous election on the basis of the 1971 census. The Janata Party had fought the election on issues ranging from domestic problems to the civil liberties which had been curtailed during the emergency and forced sterilizations which were done during the period. The Congress, with an aim to come back to power, focused on the need for a strong central government. Now, there's a chart below giving the performance of national parties vis-a-vis
Let's leave it. बेकार क्या बात है वो.
After the Congress debacle, the emergency was revoked on 21st of March and Indira Gandhi resigned as the Prime Minister to pave way for Morarji Desai, India's first non-Congress Prime Minister, to take the oath of office on 24th of March. Key points to know.
ये कल हम लोगों ने किया है, पढ़ा है.
ये
कल पढ़ा है. ये पढ़ो शाह कमीशन रिपोर्ट.
The Shah Commission report on the events during the emergency dealt with how the press was silenced during the time, the police actions which were taken, the conditions of the prisons, the torture that was meted out to the people, the role of Indira Gandhi's son Sanjay Gandhi, and family planning atrocities. The commission, based on its findings, concluded that there was no economic crisis and no crisis of law and order prevailing in the country, on the basis of which such an extreme measure was needed. The decision to arrest and release certain persons were entirely on political considerations which were intended to be favorable to the ruling party. Employing the police to the advantage of one party was a sure source of subverting the rule of law, a report by the commission stated. Defending her government's decision for taking action, Indira, in a television interview in 1978, said that there was internal as well as external challenges which made it imminent for a government to recommend emergency. Had it been only internal, with no foreign interference, one could have dealt in a much easier way, she had said. She had also categorically dismissed the findings of the Shah Commission report, calling it prejudiced and completely one-sided, adding that Justice Shah had in the past also expressed himself very strongly against her and her government policies.
बुढ़े साहब आप हैं ना? I think he's not there, but anyway, आगे बढ़ते हैं.
ये बाकी लोग आए ना,
आ जाएंगे, कोई बिजी होगा. ये देखो,
हाँ,
मैडम के दोनों पुत्र,
flanked on both sides.
राम और लक्ष्मण.
Indira's son Sanjay, who was seen by many as Indira's advisor, faced much criticism for his role during the emergency. Though he did not hold an official post, he had quite a say in the government decisions. So much so that after Indira launched a 20-point program, he launched his own 5-point program, as well as which was later merged and changed into a 25-point program. The forced sterilization program under the Family Planning Initiative to limit population growth was highly condemned by many, who called it authoritarianism. Owing to the excesses during the emergency, Indira and Sanjay received the biggest setback in the 1977 election when both lost from the Lok Sabha constituency, Raebareli and Amethi respectively. While many thought that the 1977 election was the end of Indira and the Congress, the 1980 election had something much different planned for her.
So this was in the nutshell. And गुजर साहब है कि नहीं है पता नहीं क्या ऐसा एनीवे
रहता तो बढ़िया रहता बिकॉज़ ही स्पीक्स क्वाइट वेल उनको पता भी है
अरे ये हमारे एसोसिएशन के लीडर थे भाई बहुत सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हाई कोर्ट में केस था
समझ में आया मुझे रहते बढ़िया रहते ना सर कौन सा रही है सर अभी सुना आपसे बिजी होंगे साहब बिजी होंगे सर अभी आए थे 2 मिनट के लिए 2 सेकंड के लिए सर बिजी होंगे
चेक किया होगा ना इस समय तो सबके उधर तो अभी मेरे ख्याल में 10 बजे होंगे ना शायद इसलिए वो उधर थोड़ा सा वो रहता है
अभी बज रहा है 9:58
नहीं जहाँ पर जय भारती साहब है ना
हाँ
वहाँ पे शायद 10 बज रहे होंगे अभी सुबह के तो मॉर्निंग में थोड़ा सा नहाना धोना ब्रेकफास्ट करना ये सब रहता है ना लोगों का
वैसे तो कल परसों तो आ गए 1977 Indian General elections were held in India between 16th and 20th March 1977 to elect the members of the 6th Lok Sabha. The elections took place during the emergency period. They expired on 21st of March 1977, shortly before the final results were announced. The election resulted in a heavy defeat for the Indian National Congress, with the incumbent Prime Minister and INC party leader Indira Gandhi losing a seat in Raebareli, while her son Sanjay lost his seat in Amethi. The call for restoration of democracy by revoking the emergency is considered to be a major reason for the sweeping victory for the opposition Janata Alliance, whose leader Morarji Desai was sworn in as the 4th Prime Minister of India on 24th of March. At 81, Desai became the oldest man to be elected Prime Minister of India. The 6th general elections, which were concluded for 542 seats in single-member constituencies, represented 27 Indian states and union territories. These 542 constituencies remained until 2004 Indian general elections for the 14th Lok Sabha. The emergency declared by Indira Gandhi-led Congress government with the core issue in the 1977 election.
नहीं ये जो आर्टिकल बोल रहा है 542 की बात कर रहा है इवन टुडे 542 तो है कहाँ बढ़ाया उसको
हाँ
The emergency declared by
Indira Gandhi-led Congress was the core issue in the 1977 election. Civil liberties were suspended during the national emergency from 25th June 1975 to 21st March 1977 when Prime Minister Indira Gandhi assumed vast powers. Gandhi had become extremely unpopular for her decision and paid for it during the elections. On 18th of January, Gandhi called for fresh elections and released some political prisoners. Many remained in prison until she was ousted from office and a new Prime Minister took over. On 20th of January, four opposition parties, the Indian National Congress Organization, the Bharatiya Janata Sangh, the Bharatiya Lok Dal, and the Praja Socialist Party, decided to fight the elections under a single banner called the Janata Alliance. The Janata Alliance used a symbol allocated to the Bharatiya Lok Dal as a symbol on the ballot papers. The Janata Alliance reminded voters of the excessive and human rights violations during the emergency, like compulsory sterilization and imprisonment of political leaders. The Janata campaign said the elections would decide whether India would have democracy. Campaign said the elections would decide whether India would have democracy or dictatorship. The Congress jittery. Agriculture and Irrigation Minister Babu Jagjivan Ram quit the party in the first week of February. Other notable Congress stalwarts who crossed the floor with Jagjivan Ram before the election were Hemvati Nandan Bahuguna and Nandini Satpathy.
Janata Party 295, Congress 152, 54, Communist Party India Marxist 222,
22.
AIDMK 18, Communist Party of India 7, DMK 2, INC Organization बेचारा फंस गए पूरे 3,
3.
श्रीमली अकाली दल 9,
Peasant and Workers Party
5, RPI Pabargade 2, Revolutionary Socialist Party 4, Forward Bloc 3, Indian Muslim League 2, Kerala Congress Pillai Group 0, Kerala Congress 2, Jammu Kashmir National Congress 2, Muslim League Opposition 0, Socialist Party Center of India 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
All India Jharkhand Party एक आध मतलब Independence 9. Appointed Anglo-Indians 2. उनको मतलब
तो प्रकार की बात है 544 करना था उसके लिए किया.
Voter behavior. The elections in India's largest state, UP, historically a Congress stronghold, turned against Gandhi. Hanagade says the structural reasons included the emergence of a strong and united opposition, disunity and wariness within the Congress, an effective opposition, and the failure of Gandhi in controlling the mass media, which was under censorship during the emergency. The structural factors allowed voters to express their grievances, notably their resentment of the emergency and authoritarian and repressive policies. One grievance often mentioned was the Nazbandi vasectomy campaign in rural areas. The middle class also emphasized on the curbing of freedom of press throughout the country. Meanwhile, Congress hit an all-time low in West Bengal, according to the Gangulis, because of poor discipline and factionalism amongst Congress activists, as well as numerous defections that weakened the party. Opponents emphasized the issues of corruption within the Congress and appealed to a deep desire by voters for fresh leadership. The Congress, however, did well in the southern states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and Andhra Pradesh. The results were mixed in the western states of Maharashtra and Gujarat, although the Janata Alliance won all the seats in Mumbai.
देखा महाराष्ट्र और गुजरात में भी धोखा दिया था उस समय, जबकि गुजरात में चिमन भाई पटेल के लिए आंदोलन चला था.
थोड़ा सा रिमार्क देते हैं.
मेरे ख्याल में ही मस्ट हैव स्लेप्ट. कैसा हो सकता है? कुछ नहीं ना, कहीं है. ये तो म्यूट भी तो नहीं है ना साहब. इज नॉट म्यूट. एनीवे, अपन इसको पढ़ते हैं थोड़ा सा. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल है, इसको तो पढ़ें.
आपको सर छुट्टी कहाँ मिली? फिर तो आप ही को तो करना चाह रहे हो.
Let me go to this. ये हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स का आर्टिकल है, फ्रॉम द आर्काइव बोल रहा है। हाँ
जी 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 जी, ये इसका डेट बता दूंगा, 24 March 2023. Even current, when the archive, India gets its first non-Congress speech. History was made in the Ashoka Hall of Rashtrapati Bhavan on March 24, 1977, when Morarji Desai, leader of the victorious Janata Party, was sworn in as the country's first non-Congress Prime Minister by the acting President B.D. Jatti.
Now, why B.D. Jatti? Explain the new viewer at least. Acting.
Acting President.
B.D. Jatti was acting president because Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed has expired on 11th of February.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why B.D. Jatti was holding the charge of president, and he had given the oath of office to Morarji Desai. तो कल पढ़ा नहीं हम लोग को, ब्रह्मानंद रेड्डी को उसने डिटेन करके रखा था 4 बजे तक।
History was made in the Ashoka Hall of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Same thing. He took the oath of office and secrecy at a brief but solemn ceremony in the presence of a distinguished gathering, which included Y.B. Charan, leader of the Congress Parliamentary Party, which will now sit in opposition in the Parliament, and Janata Party leaders N. Sanjeev Reddy, Ashoka Mehta, S.N. Mishra, L. K. Advani, Rajnarain, and George Fernandez. The new Prime Minister is expected to finalize of his Council of Ministers in consultations with his party colleagues.
Wait. ये लिपट जाता है।
ठीक है सर।
हाँ।
In a day, फिर से पढ़ता हूँ. The new Prime Minister is expected to finalize a list of his Council of Ministers in consultation with his party colleagues in a day when the first batch of his cabinet colleagues will be sworn in. Desai was earlier unanimously elected leader of the Janata Party in Parliament at its meeting in the Central Hall of the Parliament amidst scenes of unprecedented jubilation. The presence of Jayaprakash Narayan and Acharya Kripalani, who had evolved a consensus in favor of Desai, added to the dignity of the occasion. Both of them made brief but inspiring speeches, urging the new PM to utilize the power of the state and the power of the people for the country's economic and social advancement. The ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan was a simple affair, in keeping with the austerity to which the Janata Party men applied. There were no garlands after the swearing. Indira Gandhi, in a letter to Desai, offered her warm congratulations and best wishes for his success as Prime Minister. The oath read out by the acting president in Hindi and repeated by Desai read, I, Morarji Desai, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith.
जाने दो।
The oath of secrecy,
वो भी ऐसे ही है, वो तो रहता ही है ना, नॉर्मल ओथ रहता है। In the packed Central Hall of Parliament,
Acharya J.B. Kripalani announced that taking all factors into consideration, he and Jayaprakash Narayan had come to the conclusion that the nation should be led by Desai and that this decision should be accepted unanimously by the party. Kripalani said that the country tonight has only one Prime Minister, otherwise it should have been possible to name Jagjivan Ram also for the high office.
The country tonight has only one Prime Minister, otherwise it should have been possible to name Jagjivan Ram as also as he was made deputy, na?
Significantly, leader Jagjivan Ram.
Just a minute.
No, sir. Sri H.N. Bahuguna of the Congress for Democracy was seen at the meeting in the Central Hall, although they attended the pledge-taking ceremony at Rajghat and later also called on JP at the Gandhi Peace Foundation. Desai was proposed by Rajnarain and seconded by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. L. K. Advani, General Secretary of the party, invited the cross-section of the party's membership to speak on the resolution. The members spoke of the supremacy of the people's will and said the party should unitedly strive to fulfill the expectations the people had of a clean and efficient government functioning fully in accordance with democratic traditions. They expressed confidence that the party, under the leadership of Desai and with the blessings of Jayaprakash Narayan and Acharya Kripalani, would deliver on its promises. After formal proposal and seconding of the resolution, Desai was declared elected leader. Desai said he was grateful to the party for having reposed confidence in him. He said that he was accepting a great responsibility, fully conscious that he would have the support and the backing of the people to discharge his duty. He sought the cooperation of all his partymen and others supporting the Janata Party in discharging his responsibilities. Thousands of people anxious to know as to who will be the new Prime Minister had assembled on the lawns of Parliament House. The police had a tough time preventing them from barging into the Central Hall. But as news spread that Desai was chosen leader of the Janata Parliamentary Party, the crowd started raising slogans in favor of the party and Desai. Desai, 81, had twice before sought the high office and had been passed over on both occasions. On Jawaharlal Nehru's death in 1964, his claims were overlooked and Lal Bahadur Shastri was chosen. In 1966, when Shastri died, the party, by a process of consensus, chose Indira Gandhi to lead the party. कल आप बता रहे थे वही
So this is the end of this article. How he was chosen, who have chosen him, and those who have chosen, they wanted even Jagjivan Ram to be the Prime Minister, but since there is only one chair, they could not. अब हम लोग इसको देखते हैं, ये what was the Prime Ministership of Mr. Desai like? इसको देखो, बताता हूँ इसको. आ गया?
हाँ जी. Premiership of Morarji Desai. The premiership of Morarji Desai extended from 24th of March 1977 to 15th of July 1979. In the 1977 Indian general election, Morarji Desai led the Janata Party to victory against the Congress Party. Upon taking office, Morarji Desai became the first Indian Prime Minister not belonging to the Congress Party. Emergency and election victory. The Janata Party was formed by political leaders and activists of various political parties who had been united in opposing the state of emergency imposed in 1975 by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. After elections were called in 1997, the Janata Party was formed from the union of the Congress Swatantra Party, Socialist Party of India, Bharatiya Jan Sangh, and the Lok Dal. Congress defector Jagjivan Ram, Hemvati Nandan Bahuguna, and Nandaji Satpathy formed the Congress for Democracy and joined the Janata Alliance. The widespread unpopularity of emergency rules gave Janata and its allies a landslide victory in the election. Now, इसमें ministers का पूरा portfolio किनको allot क्या किया गया बता रहा. I don't think there is any point in reading this out, except for people who are important.
Charan Singh was deputy PM and Jagjivan Ram also deputy PM.
Deputy PM, two deputy
Charan Singh was given home portfolio, Jagjivan Ram given defense. Then Ministry of Finance was initially with Patel, H.M. Patel.
Later on,
and then Charan Singh.
The Home Affairs was with Charan Singh, then with Morarji Desai, and then with Hirobhai and Patel.
He was removed on 1st July 78 when he started acting. इधर-उधर कर रहा था ना कि ये करना है वो करना है, तो हटा दिया था वहाँ से.
And Home Affairs is a very important post. Minister of Defence Jagjivan Ram, Minister of External Affairs Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Minister of Information and Broadcasting Lal Krishna Advani, Minister of Industry George Fernandez, Minister of Agriculture Prakash Singh Badal, later replaced by Surjit Singh Barnala, Minister of Works and Housing and Supply and Rehabilitation, Sikandar Haq. Minister for Energy, R. Ramachandran.
प्रताप चंद चुंदर, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन, शांति भूषण, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ लॉ, BL वर्मा, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, मधु दंडवते, रेलवेज, राजनारायण, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ,
Hemvati Nandan Bahuguna, Petroleum, Ravindra Verma, Labour and Parliamentary Affairs, Mohan Bharia, Commerce, Biju Patnaik, no portfolio allotted.
हाँ, इन दोनों को ऐसे रखा हुआ ना, ये पढ़ना जरूरी। फर्स्ट एक्शन,
reversal of emergency decree. The first actions taken by the Desai government were to formally end the state of emergency and media censorship and repeal the controversial executive decrees issued during the emergency. The constitution was amended to make it more difficult for any future government to declare a state of emergency.
अरे सर कहाँ चले गए थे आप? हम ढूंढ रहे थे आपको। हैं हृदय सर?
म्यूट पे हैं सर। म्यूट पे हैं।
हृदय साहब ने खुद ही म्यूट कर रखा है क्या?
आप खोल सकते हैं बाहर से।
नहीं, मैं वो उन्होंने खुद बंद किया तो मैं नहीं खोल सकता ना।
खोलने पर
हृदय साहब खोलो, माइक खोलो, माइक खोलो, माइक खोलो, आप म्यूट हो। हाँ, हम आपको ढूंढ रहे थे, पता नहीं कहाँ गायब हो गए थे आप। हृदय साहब, डोडेजा साहब नहीं सुन रहे? हेलो
कुछ प्रॉब्लम है सिस्टम।
डोडेजा साहब सुनाई दे रहा है ना? उन्होंने अच्छा वो वोट लेने गए थे अपना, शायद हेडफोन लेने गए थे, हेडफोन उनका नहीं चल रहा है बराबर, इसलिए गड़बड़ हो रहा है। फिर आएंगे वो।
The constitution was amended to make it more difficult for any future government to declare a state of emergency. Fundamental freedoms and the independence of India's judiciary was reaffirmed. The new government also proceeded to withdraw all charges against the 25 accused in the Baroda dynamite case, which included the Minister of Industry, George Fernandez. The Minister of Railways reinstated the railway employees disciplined after the May 94 strikes. इनको सब निकाल दिया। The Desai government proceeded to establish inquiry commissions and tribunals to investigate allegations of corruption and human rights abuses by members of Indira Gandhi's government, political parties, and the police forces. Specific inquiries were instituted on Sanjay Gandhi's management of the state-owned Maruti Udyog Limited, the activities of the former Defence Minister Bansi Lal, and the 1971 Nagarwala scandal. Both Indira Gandhi and her son Sanjay were charged with allegations of corruption and briefly arrested. Economic policy. The Janata government had lesser successes in achieving economic reforms. It launched the sixth five-year plan aiming to boost agricultural production and rural industries. Seeking to promote economic self-reliance and indigenous industries, the government required multinational corporations to go into partnership with Indian corporations. The policy proved controversial, diminishing foreign investment, and led to the high-profile exit of corporations such as Coca-Cola and IBM from India. But the government was unable to address the issues of resurging inflation, fuel shortages, unemployment, and poverty. The legislation of strikes and re-empowerment of trade unions affected business efficiency and economic production. थोड़ा सा ऊपर करें। The Janata government tried to curb forgery and black money in India by demonetizing notes of 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 rupees on 16th of January 1978. Many decades later, in November 2016, Modi government decided to demonetize
सर
500
सुनाई दे रहा है कि
and
नहीं?
1,000 rupee notes.
रुड़े साहब सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं दे रहा है? रुड़े साहब सुनाई, अरे म्यूट है आप, उसको खोलिए, तो बाइक खोलिए। म्यूट है आप, माइक खोलिए सब। रुड़े साहब ने डिसाइड करा बोलूंगा नहीं मैं, ऐसा लगता है। रुड़े साहब माइक खोलिए, म्यूट है आप, माइक खोलो।
The last line for your return. Many decades later, in November 2016, the Modi government decided to demonetize 500 and 1,000 rupee notes in an effort to stop the counterfeiting of the current banknotes alleged to be used for funding terrorism in India and for cracking down on black money in the country.
देखा?
So Modi government was not the first government which had demonetized notes. The Janata government has also done.
And that was also done under the top secrecy, like 1 जनवरी को। अरे साहब म्यूट हो आप, ब्रिया साहब म्यूट हो, खोलो इसको।
सर फोन करके बता दीजिए।
माइक खोलो, मेरे पास तो फोन साहब का है क्या, पता नहीं। फोन करूं? एक मिनट देखता हूँ।
मजा नहीं आ रहा।
एक मिनट फोन करके देखता हूँ। हेलो 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 हेलो
इनका सारा सिस्टम डाउन है।
अरे सर अनम्यूट करो सर। हेलो, वो रिमूव कर जाते हैं। अभी मालूम नहीं है लगता मजूमदार साहब उनको ज्यादा कुछ।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
मैंने मैसेज दिया उनको, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ।
तो ये तो खत्म हो गया।
एनीवे ठीक है। तो ये इन्होंने क्या किया, नोट मतलब एक 10,000 के नोट बंद कर दिए थे इन लोगों ने, और जितने भी वो कोका कोला सब भगा दिया था।
कोका कोला, IBM,
सब भगा दिया था यहाँ से।
2 उदाहरण दिए हैं, इसके अलावा और भी थे कंपनी।
फैंटा लगाया था ना, फैंटा लेकर के आए थे ना,
फैंटा, फिर ये थम्स अप,
हाँ ऐसा कुछ लेके आए थे। तो अभी हम लोग ये प्रीमियरशिप निकाल दूं इसको ना। हाँ
जी सर।
अब आ जाते हैं जनता पार्टी की कुछ इमेज देख लेते हैं कैसे हुआ था।
जी सर। यंग लड़का एक भी नहीं आता। Consensus moved after letter from Charan Singh.
ये जत्ती साहब हैं।
जी जी, administrative oath of office.
He was from Orissa, isn't it?
हाँ।
In March 77 election were aborted, said indirectly.
It was the first time a non-Congress government was in charge. The Janata Party had won the people's mandate, ending Indira Gandhi's authoritarian rule. But the victory was short-lived.
This was a symbol.
The Janata Party was formed in 1977 when politicians from opposition parties came together under Rajnarain and Amethi, a veteran socialist leader, who was established with the merger of the Congress of Bharatiya Lok Dal, Jan Sangh and the Congress for Democracy. Charan Singh. Morarji Desai was appointed Prime Minister by the Janata Party, which wanted to punish Indira Gandhi for the emergency and the excesses that accompanied it. But Home Minister Charan Singh intention to set up special courts to try her was shut down by Morarji. Why, sir?
Because both were working in the same ministry. कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि इंदिरा जी उसका भी भेद खोल दें। इंदिरा जी का तो इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्टिंग थी ना उसके पास में। She used to have all the secret with her, और वो वैसे भी बाप के मिनिस्ट्री में भी था ना वो, जवाहरलाल के मिनिस्ट्री में भी था ना वो। तो he would have been scared of कि अगर इसको उंगली करेंगे तो ये हमारे खिलाफ डंडा करेगी। बस एक ही पार्टी में थे ना इन लोगों ने, तो सब साथ में पाप किए होंगे ना जो भी किया होगा। ये मेरा रीडिंग है।
मैंने यही है सर, एकदम सही, यही है, क्योंकि दूसरा कुछ तो हो ही नहीं सकता। Charan Singh's attempt to get Indira arrested failed when charges against her didn't hold up in court. Morarji wasn't pleased with his Home Minister's witch hunt, and their public differences led to Charan Singh and Rajnarain being told to quit the government. उनको निकाला ही।
That's why he was removed from Home Ministry ना। नवंबर 78 के आसपास में चरण सिंह ने उसको अरेस्ट करवाया था, and then he was removed.
Singh hit back by accusing Morarji's son, Hemvati Desai, a businessman, of corruption and embarrassing the government. Class and caste conflicts, atrocities against Dalits and communal riots broke out, and this eroded people's faith in the government. This was followed by deep rifts inside the Janata Party and irreconcilable differences, which led to a split in the party and the government's eventual collapse. आपस में लड़ने लगे सब।
नहीं, उसमें हुआ क्या था कि जैसे कि हम लोगों ने कल पढ़ा था, इमरजेंसी टाइम में इंदिरा जी ने काफी इम्पोर्ट अलाउ किया था ना सबको खुश करने के लिए। जॉर्ज फर्नांडीज ने सब बाहर की कंपनियों को बंद कर दिया था, बोला गेट आउट फ्रॉम हियर, दिस एंड दैट। तो उस चक्कर में जो मतलब जो फॉरेन पावर थी उन लोगों ने भी एक गेम प्ले किया ना कि अच्छा है भाई ये आपस में झगड़ा करें और फिर से इंदिरा जी आ जाए तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा। दैट्स व्हाई द मतलब इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस पैदा होना शुरू हो गया था ना।
जी जी जी। So ultimately, Morarji Desai had to resign as Prime Minister in July 1979. Jayaprakash Narayan helplessly watched the party he helped create fall apart. Battling chronic kidney failure, he died a sad and rejected man less than 3 months later. The constituents that made up the Janata Party went their separate ways, and Morarji Desai retired from politics. Indira Gandhi made a stunning comeback in the January 1980 elections. However, the Congress would never enjoy the absolute dominance it had for 30 long years before the Janata Party government. The Janata Party's rise was meteoric and its fall was spectacular, but it did leave a lasting impact on India's political landscape. Rise and fall of the Janata
ये
government.
तो वीडियो है, उसके बारे में मैं अभी वो नहीं करता ऊपर बिना मतलब में कहीं अगर स्ट्राइक आ गया तो।
हाँ,
ये एक्सप्रेस वाला है ना।
हाँ वो करेंगे।
अभी आई एम शेयरिंग जनता पार्टी द कंसोलिडेटेड अपोजिशन व्हिच डिफीटेड इंदिरा, इसके बारे में फ्री प्रेस जनरल का आर्टिकल है, इसको दिखाता हूँ। भाई मत कर यार, तुम तमाशा कर रहे, नहीं मत करो प्लीज।
बाबा साहब हिंदी समझते हैं? भाई बाबा साहब हिंदी समझते हैं?
समझते होंगे।
घर में तो आपस में हिंदी में बात करते हैं ना लोग।
हाँ समझते हैं सभी,
सब
समझते हैं लोग। ये कौन है कमेंट में, कौन है भाई? वो कमेंट आया, These days I'm a bit busy for interviews and college, that's why I'm unable to watch you, but soon I will be back. ये जीवी बोल रहा है। Anyway, no problem. जीवी थैंक यू। तो जनता पार्टी के बारे में फ्री प्रेस जनरल में जो आया था उसके बारे में कहा जाए।
जी जी।
Now identify the faces. ये कौन है? सुषमा
स्वराज,
मधु दंडवते,
हाँ, ये वाजपेयी, जगजीवन राम, चरण सिंह,
सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी,
हाँ, ये इनको पहचान नहीं रहा।
बाकी तो सब ऐसे ही दिखाई नहीं,
पहचान नहीं रहा। Janata Party, a political party. Janata Party, a political party comprising of various opposition groups, was formed on 23rd of January 1977, 46 years ago on this day. The party was formed as a coalition of several smaller parties, including the Bharatiya Janasangh, Bharatiya Lok Dal, the Congress O, and the Socialist Party. The Congress was formed in response to the emergency, a period of authoritarian rule imposed by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1975. The party was led by Narayan, a veteran freedom fighter and a political leader. Emergence of the party in the aftermath of national emergency. The Janata Party was formed on the belief that the Indian people needed a new political alternative that would restore democracy and civil liberties, which had been suspended during the emergency. The party campaigned on a platform of anti-corruption, anti-communalism, and pro-poor policies. They promised to work towards the upliftment of the marginalized sections of the society and to restore the freedoms and rights of the people. The Janata Party's formation was a significant event in Indian politics. It marked the first time that a coalition of parties had come together to form a single entity. This was seen as a significant step towards the consolidation of the opposition parties and a challenge to the ruling Congress party. The party's formation also marks a shift in Indian politics towards coalition government, which would become the norm in the years to come. ये बात सही है. Janata Party defeated Indira Gandhi in 1977. In the 1977 general elections, the Janata Party emerged victorious. Despite its brief tenure, the Janata Party's formation victory in the 1977 elections, it had a lasting impact on Indian politics. It marked a turning point in the country's political history, and the party's ideals of democracy, civil liberties, and social justice continue to inspire political movements in India today. बेसिकली इन ब्रीफ जो पहले हम लोग पढ़े थे उसी का समरी है. Morarji Desai, the first non-Congress Prime Minister of India. Morarji Desai was an Indian independence activist, served as the fourth Prime Minister of India from 1977 to 1979, and was the first non-Congress Prime Minister in Indian history. Here's a timeline of his life. 1896, Morarji Desai was born in Raebareli, a village in Gujarat. 1918, he earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Wilson College, Mumbai. Then, in 1918, he joined the Indian National Congress. In 1930, he was arrested for participating in the Salt Satyagraha movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. In 1937, he became the Revenue Minister of Bombay Presidency under the British Raj. In 1952, he became the Chief Minister of Bombay State, now Maharashtra and Gujarat. Then Maharashtra and Gujarat. 1957, he was re-elected as the Chief Minister of Bombay State. 1960, Bombay State was divided into Gujarat and Maharashtra, and Desai became the Chief Minister of Gujarat. In 1969, he resigned as the Chief Minister of Gujarat and left the Congress Party to join the Janata Party. In 1975, he was arrested during the emergency declared by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and spent 19 months in jail. His timeline shows that he joined the Indian National Congress in 1919.
दादा आवाज आ रही मेरी?
आ रही है जी सर, आ रही है.
इसमें जो 69 लिखा है ना, 69 he resigned as Chief Minister of Gujarat. That is wrong.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा.
He was removed by Indira Ji as Finance Minister in 69 July, and then he he splitted the Congress ना, he went to Congress.
जी 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 जी.
ये गलत लिखा है.
हाँ हाँ, यहाँ पूरा ही गलत है सर. In 1975, he was arrested during the emergency. He spent 19 months in jail. In 1977, the Janata Party won the general election when Desai became the fourth Prime Minister of India, forming the first non-Congress government in Indian history. In 1978, he visited Pakistan to sign the similar agreement, which aimed to resolve the issues between India and Pakistan after
फिर
the
गलत,
Indo-Pakistani
देखो फिर
war.
गलत है ना ये.
हाँ,
दैट वाज इंदिरा गांधी. ये
yes.
78 में
पता
क्या
नहीं कहाँ से.
कुछ भी लिखता है लोग.
1979, he resigned as Prime Minister due to differences within the Janata Party and was succeeded by Charan Singh. In 1980, he retired from active politics and returned to Gujarat. In 1995, he passed away in Mumbai at the age of 99. Summary. Throughout his life, Morarji Desai was known for his austere lifestyle, honesty and commitment to public service. He was a strong advocate of prohibition and was instrumental in implementing it in Gujarat during his tenure as the Chief Minister. As Prime Minister, he introduced several reforms to reduce government control and promote private enterprise. Despite his short tenure, Morarji Desai's contribution to Indian politics and public life continue to be remembered and celebrated. Main चीज है sir, from this point onwards, after he became the Prime Minister, it was all the result of coalition politics. तो उस समय से शुरू हुआ ये coalition politics जो देख रहे हैं हम लोग.
अरे मेरे को याद नहीं था. आई थिंक ये भी मतलब भारती साहब ने आज मना किया था. ही विल नॉट कम, ही इज बिजी समवेयर ना.
हाँ ठीक है, भारती साहब का मैं नहीं बोल रहा. अरे वो है, फिर आपका अवगढ़ है, लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? सबको घर में जाकर ये खटखटा कर बुलाएं दरवाजा.
अरे क्या फर्क पड़ता है हम लोग. उसको ऊपर जाना है, उसको भूख लगी, कुछ लगा है वो.
लिविंग रूम में जाना है, फिर शिवली को
देखो दादा, वी नीड नॉट बदर अबाउट द क्या है क्या नहीं है. आज नहीं है, 2 साल के बाद में कोई वीडियो देखेगा तो वो हमारे एफर्ट्स को अप्रिशिएट करेगा. सीधी बात तो ये
है. मैं तो पूरा इसका जो है, मैं पूरा रिकॉर्ड रखना, और दिस विल हेल्प मी टू probably write a small book in what I'm thinking, and I'll take your valued advice on that subsequently. Nobody has ever attempted this. Tidbits are available all around. So a lot of information has been gathered, and your valued comments are there in the video. So taking those things into account, we can always jointly sit down and write the entire history. It will be beneficial for all. आज किसको पता है बताइए? Everybody is forgotten.
Morarji resigned as Prime Minister.
On 15th of July 1979, Prime Minister Morarji Desai resigned his position after 2 years in power following the fall of the Congress Party administration in 1977. Desai's Janata Party was rife with internal splits that forced Desai out of power. Janata Party would dissolve shortly afterwards, but many of its leaders would go on to influence Indian politics for decades. In 1975, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi declared a period of emergency in India. For the next 2 years, civil liberties were suspended, the press was censored, and opposition politicians were arrested and held without due process. Despite the restriction of political activity, opposition to Indira Gandhi and the Congress Party united and coalesced during the emergency. When it was elected in 1977 and general elections were held, a coalition of opposition parties united under the banner of the Janata Party easily and resoundingly defeated the Congress. Driving Gandhi out of both the Prime Minister's office and a seat in the Lok Sabha, the Indian lower house. Even by the standards of coalition politics, the Janata Party was a diverse organization constituting lefts, liberals, socialists, and right-wing elements. Its allies included regional, religious, and communist parties. At its head was Morarji Desai, a veteran politician since India's independence, who had been a trusted confidant to Indira Gandhi's father, India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, but who had famously placed himself in opposition to Indira Gandhi after resigning her cabinet in 1969.
Hmm.
Support for the Janata Party ran high in its first months in power. With a supermajority in Parliament, Desai quickly repealed the emergency amendments to the Indian Constitution and revoked the various restrictions on speech and political action. Unfortunately, Desai's economic policy was less successful. A Nehru disciple, Desai emulated Nehru's policies of central planning and economic self-reliance, curbing free industry and raising impassable barriers to foreign investment in India.
That was the main reason, yes.
And that is underlined here. Multinational corporations, including Coca-Cola and IBM, were forced to pull out of India entirely. Labor disputes and strikes took their toll on the economy, while inflation and petrol shortages disrupted the growth of the Indian middle class. Desai's budgets and allocations were controversial and frequently criticized. Worse, the well-publicized arrest of Indira Gandhi on charges of corruption turned into a fiasco when evidence failed to materialize, humiliating Desai's government. This is true, so there was no proof of corruption. ये सही है सर.
Hmm.
Charges of corruption turned into a
Misappropriation of official misuse of the power, this and that, corruption सब लगाया था ना उसके ऊपर.
लगा था, लेकिन there was no evidence to back.
And there was no witnesses and all the documents were destroyed. वो चक्कर है.
That is the thing. As the police manipulate reports, so ऐसा ही. As the Janata Party lost popularity, it began to split apart on ideological lines. A number of party leaders, such as Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Lal Krishna Advani, were also members of the ostensibly apolitical right-wing Hindu organization Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, the RSS. Other lights, including socialists like Madhu Dandavate and George Fernandez, and old freedom fighters and former Congress veterans like Rajnarain and Charan Singh, two of Desai's strongest opponents within the Janata Party, demanded that Vajpayee, Advani, and other factions renounce their memberships in the RSS. Stuck in the middle, Desai forced Narayan and Singh out of the government in 1978. Singh demonstrated his continuing popularity by holding a massive rally of farmers in Delhi, and Desai bowed to pressure and brought him back into the cabinet a month later. The issue of reservations for scheduled and backward castes in government jobs and educational institutions became a political flashpoint. थोड़ा ऊपर करना सर, थोड़ा सा ऊपर कीजिए.
करता हूँ.
जी सर. Further driving the Janata constituents apart. By mid-1979, the Janata Party was paralyzed by internal disputes that had grown visible to the Indian public. The activist and political leader Jayaprakash Narayan, a Janata Party founder who had played an important role in keeping its squabbling members together, had withdrawn from active politics due to his age and worsening health. Nobody else seemed to be able to keep the party together. In April 1979, over 100 people died in a communal riot in Jamshedpur in the state of Bihar. Narayan and Singh's faction blamed the RSS, and Narayan split off to form the Janata Party Secular in an open attack on Desai. The Janata Party quickly splintered, and on 11th of July, a resolution of no confidence was introduced against Desai in the parliament. Over the following years, numerous allies and constituents of the Janata Party announced their intention to vote against Desai. Before the motion to be voted on, Desai presented his resignation to President Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy. Desai's resignation muddied the change of government. Technically, he had resigned as Prime Minister, but not as official leader of the Janata Party. Had the
ये भी गुजराती बहुत चालाक था.
Had the Janata Party been removed from power through a non-confidence motion, the President would have been obliged to ask the opposition, the next largest party, which was then the Congress, to attempt to form a government. But Desai's resignation meant the Janata Party could still attempt to form a government. On the other hand, Charan Singh, Rajnarain and Janata Party seculars saw their own opportunity to take power. Over the next few weeks, members of parliament rapidly switched allegiances and alliances with President Reddy, hard-pressed to keep track of who was supporting whom. The final lists showed Charan Singh with a majority through the support of the Congress, who remained a presence in the Lok Sabha. Reddy invited Singh to form a government if he was able to. He was. Prime Minister Charan Singh, he was able. The Congress with her people. Prime Minister Charan Singh's administration lasted 3 weeks. The Congress withdrew its support on the first day, and despite Singh's best efforts, his government found no more allies, with no viable option left.
बबलू नमस्ते.
नमस्ते चाचा.
सुनता रहे थोड़ी देर तक सुनता रहे.
With no viable options left, Reddy dissolved the parliament and called a general election. In January 1980, voters went to polls for the second time in 3 years. The Congress doubled its strength in the Lok Sabha, and Indira Gandhi returned to power. The Janata Party had ceased to exist in a meaningful way. The Janata Party's rule, brief as it was, would go on to impact India's politics for decades. India was introduced into those 2 years to both the opportunities and pitfalls of weak coalitions at the national level. The balance between coalitions and strong central governments has remained in flux ever since. The Janata Party era was also an education in political maneuvering for its members, and the Desai faction, though without Desai, including Lal Krishna Advani and Atal Bihari Vajpayee, went on to form the Bharatiya Janata Party, which duplicated the strategy of forming coalitions against the Congress and slowly taking over power until it became the political powerhouse of today. On the other hand, socialists like Madhu Dandavate and George Fernandez seem to have lost the trust of the Indian electorate and would be steadily marginalized in national level politics. The weakness of both the Congress and Janata Party in those 2 years opened opportunities for regional parties to take power in state governments, creating a new regional dimension to Indian politics that remains significant. Desai's rule and resignation were the catalyst for political changes that continue to define India's complex, messy politics.
समझे दादा?
ये आर्टिकल बहुत बढ़िया अच्छा लिखा है. With good explanation.
1st April 1980 BJP was formed. January 80 election were held and फिर मैं पीछे क्यों घुस गया तुम? ड्रॉप क्यों गया? 1st April 80 Bharatiya Janata Party was formed. January 80 Indira Gandhi regained the power, and this was the turning point of politics, like Lalu Yadav, Mulayam Singh Yadav, this and that. All these local leaders had become strong. अच्छा आर्टिकल था ना ये?
बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत अच्छा.
बबलू सुनते रहना. कहाँ अंधेरा करके सुन रहा है क्या? अच्छा ठीक है. अब ये दादा ये वाला आर्टिकल पढ़ो, ये तो बहुत अच्छा है, और भी अच्छा है.
जी.
देखो क्या है ये.
Indian Express, 15th of April 1923.
40 years ago, July 16, 1979.
Desai resigned. On July 16, 1979, Morarji Desai has staked his claim to form another government on the ground that even if depleted in strength, the Janata Party continues to be the single largest party in the Lok Sabha. As such, he must be invited to form another government.
दादा एक काम करूं कि अपना लिंक दे देता हूं, मैंने किसी को दिया नहीं लिंक अभी तक।
अच्छा अच्छा, इसीलिए कोई आ नहीं पा रहा है।
नहीं, जिनको मुझे बुलाना था मैंने तो उनको पेश कर दिया था उधर।
मुझे तो मिल गया था सर।
हाँ तो ये पब्लिक को नहीं दिया, पब्लिक को दे देता हूँ, अगर किसी को आना है तो आ जाओ भाई।
हाँ जी, दे दीजिए। तक पढ़ता हूँ सर।
28-month-old government went out of office.
As the revolt mounted against him in the Janata Party. Desai handed over his resignation to the president at 6:30 p.m. Sanjeev Reddy accepted the resignation and asked him to continue as a caretaker PM until a new government is formed. Significantly, Desai has not resigned from the leadership of the Janata Party in Parliament. He has staked his claim to form another government on the ground, that even if depleted in strength, the Janata Party continues to be the single largest party in the Lok Sabha. As such, he must be invited to form another government. Rajnarain's claim. Rajnarain, who has brought about the fall of the Morarji Desai government, has staked his claim to forming an alternative ministry. As leader of the newly formed Janata Party Secular, Rajnarain sent to President Neelam Sanjeev Reddy a communication spelling out his claim. Meanwhile, leaders who had resigned from the Janata Party during the last week held detailed discussions amongst themselves how to mobilize enough support to substantiate its claim. Contact has already been established with certain other opposition groups, including Indira Congress and Congress, to explore the possibility of either forming a coalition or seeking their support from outside. Coalition inevitable. A coalition government at the center has become inevitable. A particular situation has arisen because Morarji Desai has resigned from Prime Ministership but not from the leadership of the Janata Parliamentary Party. This has not only dismayed most of the Janata.
दादा ये मालूम था?
नहीं, एकदम नहीं मालूम था सर, इतना कहाँ से जाता था?
He has resigned as Prime Minister, but he
refused to quit.
So he kept the option open, like
he was the leader of the party. This had not only dismayed most of the Janata Party MPs, but has put the party in a quandary. Desai has staked his claim to form a new government. Constitutional expert Kali S. Nariman, former Solicitor General, is one of them. Says that the president cannot invite Desai to form the government because he has resigned from Prime Ministership.
This was happening on 16th July 1970.
I didn't know about this. अच्छा, कांग्रेस का सपोर्ट लिया, the moment the government was formed, the support was withdrawn.
That time Congress did not declare support to Charan Singh, na? When Rajnarain wrote letter to the president, that time Congress declared the support. ये कौन है भैया? प्रशांत एस, who is this fellow? प्रशांत एस, चलो ले लें इसको।
प्रशांत जी नमस्कार, बोलिए।
नमस्कार सर, मेरे को नवीन जी ने आपका नंबर दिया, यहाँ पे अलाउ किया है।
बहुत बढ़िया जी।
हेलो।
है बबलू?
हाँ जी, सुन रहा हूँ।
हाँ जी, मेरे को नवीन सर से बात हुई थी, उन्होंने मेरे को यहाँ पे रेफर किया है।
ओके
सो मेरे को एक अपना इशू डिस्कस करना था, जिसमें मैं आजकल थोड़ा स्टक हूँ।
ठीक है, लेट अस
क्या मैं?
फिनिश दिस देन विल टॉक। इसको खत्म कर लेते हैं, फिर बात करेंगे, ठीक है?
श्योर श्योर।
शांत
आप
वेट।
बने रहिए, आप बने रहिए सर।
ए बबलू, सुनाई दे रहा है तुमको? बबलू, बबलू बोल यार। एनीवे, सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं? बबलू सुनाई दे रहा है? उसके स्पीकर में प्रॉब्लम है क्या बबलू? अच्छा, वो ईयरफोन लगा के रखा है इसलिए नहीं सुनाई दे रहा होगा शायद। एनीवे, दादा ये पढ़ो, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग आर्टिकल है।
जी जी जी
इंटरेस्टिंग इन द सेंस सबके सब इंटरेस्टिंग होते हैं। वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट ये गलत है सही है, ये देखना जरूरी है।
जी जी जी।
Morarji Desai, India's 83-year-old caretaker Prime Minister, today announced his resignation.
स्क्रीन पे लाएं सर।
हैं?
स्क्रीन
दादा
पे
सुन
लाएं।
रहे हो?
हाँ सुन रहा हूँ मैं, सुन रहा हूँ, लेकिन कुछ दिख नहीं रहा।
As the head of the Janata Party and as the head of the Janata Party,
Definitely, he resigned as Prime Minister, but still retained the party's presidentship sort of.
ये वाशिंगटन पोस्ट का आर्टिकल है।
आर्टिकल दिख नहीं रही, स्क्रीन पे नहीं।
Today announced his resignation as head of the Janata Party and said he was withdrawing from Indian politics after losing a 2-week power struggle for the country leadership to his arch rival Charan Singh. This is the article dated 30th July 1979. Singh, 76, the leader of India Northern Farmer, spent a day trying to form a new government. Desai was virtually thrown out of the leadership of the Janata Party, which defeated former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in a general election 2 years ago. In his letter of resignation, which was unanimously accepted, Desai said, "I shall not hereafter take part in the political activity." He had clung to party leadership despite a major revolt inside Janata and finally had to give up office after President Sanjeev Reddy yesterday called on Singh, who has major support in parliament than Desai, to form a new government. Singh said he expects to name his cabinet and take the oath of office Saturday as the 5th Prime Minister of this nation of 635 million. बाप रे, अब डबल हो गए हम लोग। Meanwhile, the Congress party, which has been in opposition for 2 years, decided to join Prime Minister designate Singh's party in forming a coalition government rather than simply support a Singh government from outside. The new government is expected to be an unstable one. However, Singh's biggest bloc in 538-member lower house of parliament will be his own Janata Secular Party, which consists of 92 defectors from Desai's Janata Party. He also counts on the support of the Congress Party, 75 votes, the pro-Soviet Congress Communist Party's 7 votes, and the 72 votes of Indira Gandhi breakaway Congress Party. The Gandhi Party has announced it will join the new government, but it will not join, but will back in the parliament. The slim 280 seat majority Sikh claims to be in the lower house is made of Gandhi foes and partisans who are likely observers say to be incompatible as the
incompatible, surely incompatible.
As the Cobra and Mongols. After this, I resigned today as Janata Party Parliamentary Chief. Former Defense Minister Jagjivan Ram, 71, and office leader of the Indian 100 billion untouchable, was unanimously elected by the party to replace him. Singh asserted, that suggestion of a deal to halt the prosecution of Gandhi and her son Sanjay for their action during her 75-77 period of emergency was an unmitigated lie. Baap re.
This is important.
180 degree turn, बिल्कुल।
हाँ हाँ
ओह But it seems likely that unless the new government stalled the drive to put her on trial, the 72 members of Congress party would withdraw support and bring the government down.
Right.
The mass defection of Singh followers from the Janata Party forced Desai out of office and prevented him from returning to power. Although Singh's revolt ended Desai's majority by reducing his faction of Janata Party to 209 members, it is still the largest single party in the parliament. Desai's refusal to step down as Janata Party leader has effectively prevented Ram from making his own bid to form new government.
This was
मैं तो नहीं रहूंगा, तेरे को भी नहीं बनने दूंगा. जगजीवन राम को हटाने के चक्कर में था वो. to prevent Jagjivan Ram to become prime minister. बाप रे. This was the game, दादा.
in the prior articles, there was a one-liner, but this explanation was not given fully as it has been done here. This is quite significant.
क्या तमाशा खेलते थे ये लोग, क्या गेम खेलते थे भाई. ये तो बाहर अंदर कर रहा है यार. बबलू क्या कर रहे है तू? सुनाई दे रहा है तेरे को कि नहीं बबलू? बंद है वो. बबलू सुन रहे?
हेलो,
सुन रहे कि नहीं सुन रहे? हेलो, सुन रहे?
हेलो,
अब यहाँ जाते हैं. सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं दे रहा है बताओ? सुनाई दे रहा है?
हेलो,
अरे सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं दे रहा है?
हेलो,
बोलो बोलो बोलो, आगे बोलो.
हेलो,
अरे बोल ना. अंदर बाहर कर. एनीवे, ये न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स का एक आर्टिकल है, थोड़ा सा इसको देखते हैं. ये लास्ट आर्टिकल है दादा. ये चरण सिंह का इस्तीफा. Singh's resignation after 24 days leave India politics in turmoil. मैं इसको शेयर करता हूँ. बबलू तुम्हारा माइक काम कर रहा है, स्पीकर काम कर रहा है? बबलू चलो. इन बच्चों को आइडिया नहीं है ना. समस्या तो ये है कैसे चलाते हैं इसको, मुझे ऐसा लगता है.
ये 21st of August 1975 का article by Michael T. Hoffman, special to the New York Times.
15 अगस्त 79 को बेचारे ने लोग अपना लाल किले से भाषण दिया और 20 तारीख को इस्तीफा दे दिया. India's political scene was in turmoil. हाँ पढ़ो.
India's political scene was in turmoil today as Prime Minister Charan Singh resigned only after 24 days in office, and an opposition leader applied to the president for the right to form a government. Singh's resignation after 24 days leaves Indian politics in turmoil. President Indira Gandhi gave no immediate indication of his decision on the application by Jagjivan Ram, a member of the untouchable class who heads the Janata Party, the largest in the parliament. Mr. Reddy also had before him a suggestion by Mr. Singh that the parliament be dissolved and midterm elections called. Mr. Singh, the 77-year-old peasant leader, decided to resign after former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi announced that a Congress party faction in parliament would oppose a motion of confidence in his minority government, thus ensuring its fall. With this action, this nation of more than 625 million people was faced for the second time in a month with the task of trying to put together an effective government. Mrs. Indira Gandhi was toppled from office more than 2 years ago by the Janata Party, a coalition formed solely for the purpose of defeating her, and and its deterioration has led to the current crisis. Mrs. Gandhi declared late today that the party, which has 72 seats in parliament, had not yet determined whether it favoured general elections or giving Mr. Ram a chance to try to form a government. However, she has demonstrated her power as both kingmaker and king breaker, and it was clear that she was trying to use her political leverage to advantage after having been attacked by numerous leaders for the last 2 years. The former Prime Minister declared her support for Mr. Singh's government 3 weeks ago, but she changed her mind after he appointed to the cabinet men from a party whom she regards as turn courts. Refusal to scrap courts. Mr. Singh was asked by the President to continue in a caretaker role, charged in a statement that his downfall had resulted from his refusal to accede to demands to scrap the special courts that are hearing cases against Mrs. Gandhi and her son Sanjay, stemming from the 19 months during which he ruled under a state of emergency. The demands presumably were made by Mrs. Gandhi's associates, but Mr. Singh did not name her in his statement. The country, Mr. Singh said, would not have forgiven us if we had, for the sake of remaining in office, agreed to withdraw prosecutions against persons responsible for atrocities during the emergency and for subjecting thousands of innocent people and families to cruel sufferings and harassment. My temperament, I would not have liked to continue in power, even for a day, yielding to blackmail of this type. This statement followed his letter of resignation in which Mr. Singh charged that communal and authoritarian forces have conspired to defeat our aim of building a society based on the teachings of Mohandas Charan Singh Gandhi. By authoritarian forces, he apparently meant Mrs. Gandhi and her supporters, and the communal forces, Janata members associated with the Hindu revivalist cultural organization. Mr. Ram, who is 72 years old, said at a news conference at his home tonight that he was confident of amassing a majority for a government that he would head. With 270 votes needed for the majority in the lower house, he said that Janata had the allegiance of 200 members and that 31 members of another party had pledged their support. Return of Janata defected, looking relaxed as his aides distributed sweets to supporters crowding into his garden. Mr. Ram said many defectors from Janata were returning to the party. It was the defections from the Janata that deprived the party of its majority in parliament recently and toppled Morarji Desai as Prime Minister, opening the way to Mr. Singh to form his government 24 days ago. The news of Singh's resignation burst upon this voraciously political city with sharp impact. This morning, at least 3 local newspapers have published 2-page special editions proclaiming Charan Singh resigned. At Connaught Circus, the centre of the town, one news dealer could not cope with the crowd snatching all his papers. He covered his pile with his body and kicked at the attackers. For Mr. Desai, today's events brought a certain sweet vengeance. I've said from the very beginning, he said, of the Singh government, but it won't last. He said the party he had headed since it was formed to topple the Gandhi government should welcome back those members of parliament who had left to join Mr. Singh's group. But this amnesty, he added, should not apply to the leaders who are responsible for the party breakup and for creating this kind of fiasco. I don't think people will forgive them, Mr. Desai declared.
Now, Dada, tell me one thing. If Janata Party government fell, Charan Singh government fell, then the court cases which were pending against Indira Gandhi, who was handling ultimately? Indira himself. Then how this case will succeed? समझे सर? अरे आ गया, प्रदीप भी आ गया. ए बबलू, सुनाई दे रहा है?
अच्छा, आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही.
वो तुम्हारा नेट का प्रॉब्लम होगा शायद, तुम्हारी तो आ
हाँ
रही है।
बाहर जा, हाँ हाँ दिक्कत है मुझे ना थोड़ी सी।
हाँ। प्रदीप क्या कर रहा था, खाना खा रहा था क्या? कितना देर
प्रणाम
हुआ?
दादा। नहीं, दवाई लगा रहा
प्रणाम
था, वाइफ
प्रणाम।
की तबीयत भी खराब है ना, तो सारी चीजें देखनी पड़ती है, इसी वजह से लेट। एक तो दिन भर काम करता रहता हूँ, रात भर काम करता रहता हूँ,
हम्म।
तो वही मैं 3-4 बजे करीब सोया था। फिर
हम्म।
उठ के जो है थोड़ा खाना वाना खाया, दवाई वाई लगाई, फिर तुरंत आया। जब दवाई लगा रहा होता हूँ तब भी मैं सुन रहा होता हूँ, बैक करके उसको थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ा देता हूँ,
हाँ।
ताकि बैकग्राउंड भी मुझे पता रहे।
तो कहने का मतलब यह है कि मोरारजी गवर्नमेंट बनी बड़े फैन फेयर से, जेपी ने बनवाई, जेपी कृपलानी ने बनवाई, और उसके बाद में फिर इनके जैसे गवर्नमेंट बनी तो जो इनकी जो ईगो है वो क्लैश होने लगी। चरण सिंह साहब ने होम मिनिस्ट्री ली और उसके बाद में इंदिरा जी के ऊपर दुनिया भर के केस कर दिए। इंदिरा जी को गिरफ्तार भी किया 78 में, और उनको जेल में भी डाला। उसके बाद में बेचारी वहाँ से वो कर्नाटका से, चिकमंगलुरु से फिर जीत करके आई, उसके ऊपर फिर से चार्जेस लगाए, एंड शी वाज अनसीटेड लाइक राहुल गांधी हैज बीन अनसीटेड लाइक, कि तुमने पिछली बार जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर थी उस समय अपने पार्टी का मतलब पोजीशन का मिसयूज किया है, सो यू कैन नॉट रिमेन दिस एंड दैट। तो चिकमंगलुरु की भी मेंबरशिप बेचारी की चली गई थी। एंड इनकी जो आपस में झगड़े हो रहे थे, एक्चुअली ईगो क्लैश इतना था कि राजनारायण ने इंदिरा जी को, जो रायबरेली का मुकदमा जीता था ना, तो राजनारायण थॉट दैट जनता पार्टी हैज वन द इलेक्शन ऑफ 77 बिकॉज ऑफ मी ओनली, और वो इतना ज्यादा इगोइस्ट था, उसको चरण सिंह का हनुमान बोलते थे। तो बाद में फिर हुई इनकी आपस में जूतम पत्रम हुई अच्छी तरीके से। चरण सिंह ने उसके क्या बोलते हैं, मोरारजी देसाई के लड़के के ऊपर दुनिया भर के आरोप लगाए, मैगजीनों में छपा कि वो लड़कियों को लेकर के वहां पर बंबई के होटलों में सोता है, ये करता है वो करता है, क्या क्या नाटक हुआ उसमें। अल्टीमेटली इंदिरा सक्सीडेड इन स्प्लिटिंग द जनता पार्टी। पहले तो ये लोग यही बोलते रहे कि जितने भी ये अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी अडवाणी लोग हैं ये आरएसएस की मेंबरशिप से रिजाइन कर दें। इन लोगों ने बोला हम आरएसएस की मेंबरशिप से रिजाइन नहीं करेंगे, तो वो एक इशू उठाया था। उसके बाद में फिर जब सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुए तो इन लोगों ने मोरारजी के ऊपर डायरेक्ट अटैक करना शुरू कर दिया उसके लड़के के नाम पर। और मतलब इट वाज कोलिशन ऑफ डिफरेंट आइडियोलॉजिक लाइक। अब जैसे जगजीवन राम है, बहुगुणा है, वो तो कांग्रेसी थे, मोरारजी कांग्रेसी खुद थे, नीलम संजीवा रेड्डी खुद कांग्रेसी थे। उसके बाद में ये जनसंघ से आ गए थे सारे के सारे, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी और अडवाणी, और उधर से मधु लिम्बाई, मधु दंडवते लोग, और वो क्या बोलते हैं, जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस, वो सोशलिस्ट पार्टी वाले थे, उनके आइडियाज अलग थे। तो दिस वाज नॉट दिस वाज नॉट टू बी सक्सेसफुल लाइक, और वो सक्सेसफुल हुआ नहीं। और बाद में फिर मैडम वापस आ गई, पब्लिक को लगा कि ये क्या नाटक है, चलो ठीक है, इससे अच्छी तो वही थी, कम से कम रूल तो करती थी ढंग से। यस, कमेंट्स फ्रॉम पब्लिक।
कमेंट्स क्या दादा, नौटंकी चल रही थी।
लेकिन वो 79 के जो ये डिबेकल हुआ ना, उसके बाद में हिंदुस्तान की पॉलिटिक्स गड़बड़ हो गई पूरी। सारे क्रिमिनल घुस गए। उस समय तो थोड़ा सा फ्रीडम फाइटर लोग घुसे हुए थे, दे वर डिवोटेड टू द कंट्री लाइक। बाद में तो जब 80 के इलेक्शन हुए, उसका जो 80 के इलेक्शन में जो टिकट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन किया था संजय गांधी ने, वो सारे गुंडे बदमाशों को, क्रिमिनल्स को घुसेड़ दिया था।
दादा जैसे शुरुआत होती है ना, तो फ्रीडम फाइटर में ही पहले ही छटनी कर दी गई थी। जो लिब्रांडो टाइप के फ्रीडम फाइटर थे वो पार्टी
वही
में
रह
थे,
गए।
बाकियों को तो
हाँ
साइड
वही
कर
रह
दिया
गए।
था। तो पहली छटनी तो वही हो गई थी। फिर उसके
अच्छा,
बाद
एक
अगली
बात मैं
छटनी।
बताना भूल गया, मजूमदार दादा,
जी सर।
ड्यूरिंग द अपोजिशन ऑफ कांग्रेस, लाइक इंदिरा जब हार गई थी, उसके बाद में कांग्रेस पार्टी के जो 152 जीत के आए थे ना, उसमें भी स्प्लिट हुआ था। वाईबी चौहान ग्रुप अलग हो गया था, यशवंत राव
जी
चौहान
सर।
वाला जो ग्रुप है वो अलग हो गया था। दैट्स वाई ये जो इंदिरा जी ने सपोर्ट किया था, 72 का सपोर्ट किया था, इसमें वो केरला वाले थे और तमिलनाडु वाले हीरा सोजियन टाइप लीडर थे, इन लोगों ने सपोर्ट किया था। हीरा सोजियन वाज लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन इन द पार्लियामेंट लाइक, ऐसा मेरे को याद आ रहा है। तो कांग्रेस हैड स्प्लिट अगेन ड्यूरिंग द रूल ऑफ जनता पार्टी लाइक।
So this is an extra information.
चलो
और सर
प्रशांत,
ये शुरुआत,
कौन बोल रहा था?
मैं बोल रहा था, मैं कह रहा था ये शुरुआत से लिब्रांडू बन के चले हैं। जैसे ही 47 में आज़ाद हुए, लिब्रांडू पना चालू हो गया था। ये देखते हुए कि कम्युनल बेसिस पे बंटवारा हुआ है, तब भी लिब्रांडू पने का इनका जो है भूत उतरा नहीं।
इनके बाहर जाने के बड़े फैक्टर थे उस समय। तो इन्होंने कोका कोला को बाहर फेंक दिया था, थम्सअप को बाहर फेंक दिया था, उसकी जगह वहां पर वो फंटा लेकर के आया था, टम्पा कोला लेकर के आया था। हाँ, IBM को बाहर फेंक दिया था। स्वदेशी की बात करता था ना जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है मेरे ख्याल में, फॉरेन जो पावर थी ना, दे नेवर वांटेड जनता गवर्नमेंट टू सक्सीड इन द सेंस दैट जो इंदिरा जी ने इमरजेंसी टाइम में उनको कंसेशन दिए थे, वो कंसेशन सारे के सारे इन लोगों ने विड्रॉ कर लिए थे ना। और सबसे बड़ी बात ये थी, सिक्योरिटी के लिए भी बहुत डेंजरस था। मोरारजी देसाई के जियाउल हक से बहुत अच्छे संबंध थे। उस दिन हम लोगों ने देखा था ना, वो मोरारजी को रेगुलर फोन करता था और उनको बोलता था कि हाँ भाई ठीक है, मेरे को यूरिन थेरेपी के बारे में बताओ, ये बताओ, वो बताओ। और ड्यूरिंग दैट ओनली उसने इतना ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस में ले लिया था कि मोरारजी ने उनका अपना बता दिया कि भाई तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो वहाँ पर, न्यूक्लियर प्लांट तुम बना रहे हो, हमारे को सब मालूम पड़ रहा है। उस चक्कर में रॉ ऑफिसर्स को पकड़ करके उसने धो दिया था वहाँ पर पाकिस्तान में। तो गुड्डा सठिया गया था, असिया गया था। वो 80 से ऊपर था ना, 81 का था ना वो।
सर उल्लू वाली जिंदगी जी रहा था, ठीक है, उसको प्रधानमंत्री बनाने की जरूरत क्या थी? वो आपने सुनी ना
जेपी और आचार्य जेबी कृपलानी का नाटक था ना वो।
वो एज वाला आपने कहानी सुनी होगी ना, 0 से 20 तक आदमी की अपनी एज है, 20 से 40 वाली एज जो है शेर की होती है, 40 से 60 वाली गधे की होती है, और 60 से 80 वाली जो है उल्लू की चालू हो जाती है। वो उल्लू वाली जिंदगी में पहुंच गया था।
हाँ, चलो हम लोग अभी क्या करते हैं, जितना भी था स्ट्रीम खत्म करते हैं, बाद में।
अच्छा, इसमें आपने एक चीज नोटिस करी थी, 200 सीटों का लॉस हुआ था कांग्रेस को।
हाँ,
जब इमरजेंसी के बाद डायरेक्ट एग्जैक्ट 200 का। और आप देखो वोट शेयर कितना था इनका, मतलब सीटें कितनी थी इनकी, 452 में से 352 इनकी हुआ करती थी। 452 तो बाद में हुई थी ना, पहले तो कम रही होंगी ना, तब भी 352 इनकी सीटें थी इनके पास।
514 में से ना,
514 में से कि 452 में से?
71 में 514 थी।
514 थी, हाँ। तो 514 में से 452 इनके पास थी जब इलेक्शन। हाँ, 200 प्लस 152, 352 थी।
354 थी। हाँ
हाँ, तो ये था, इनको 200 सीटों का लॉस हो गई तो 154 हुआ है। हाँ, 354 थी इनके पास, बची 154 इनके पास। 200 सीटों का लॉस हुआ था इलेक्शन के बाद।
प्रशांत, तुम्हारे क्या पूछना है? तो अगर पूछना है, मतलब वैसे बैक स्टेज में पूछना है या ओपन स्ट्रीम में पूछना है, बताओ क्या पूछना है, बताओ तो।
सर आप जहाँ कंफर्टेबल है मैं वहाँ पूछ लूंगा।
नहीं,
टॉपिक क्या है?
इज इट रिगार्डिंग कैरियर और व्हाट? अगर कैरियर का है
हाँ
तो सबके
जी
लिए अच्छा रहेगा ना।
सर करियर की ही बात है, बट उसमें थोड़ा इश्यूज हो गया है। एक्चुअली मैं जॉब करता था, अभी रिज़ाइन किया था मैंने लास्ट मंथ, अभी मैंने कहीं ज्वाइन नहीं किया। और जैसे जब जो मैंने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन छोड़ दी ऑलरेडी, उसकी तरफ से मेरे को एक वो ब्लेम आया है, एलिगेशन आया है कि मैंने कुछ फ्रॉड किया है, बट मैंने कोई ऐसा फ्रॉड नहीं किया है। मेरा नाम इन्वॉल्व हुआ है और अब मैं वरीड हूँ कि मेरे करियर पे ऐसा इश्यूज आएगा।
नहीं, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ एलिगेशन? वो एलिगेशन तुम्हारे को रिटर्न में दिया या वैसे ही हवा में तड़ते रह रहे हैं?
अभी तो हवा में ही बोला है, ऐसी वर्बली बोला है।
बट you have resigned and your resignation has been accepted ना?
एक्सेप्टेड सर, रेजिग्नेशन पीरियड भी ओवर हो गया लास्ट मंथ।
खत्म हो गया वो, वैसे बवाल तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होगा तुम्हारे को। once the resignation period is over and it is accepted, nothing can be done. उसके बाद में वो सब आफ्टर थॉट होता है। अगर वो कहीं पर भी आ जाए सीधा कोर्ट में घुस जाना और उनके ऊपर डंडा कर देना कि साले तुम हमारे को बिना तो मेंटली हैरास कर।
नोटिस पीरियड जो नोटिस पीरियड होता है वो दिए थे उनको। हेलो
प्रशांत कुछ पूछ रहे हैं? बता आज आवाज कम आ रही तुम्हारी, क्या चक्कर है? थोड़ा सा
बढ़ा देता हूँ मैं, बढ़ा देता हूँ।
हेलो
हाँ
चाचा, आवाज आ रही मेरी?
हाँ आ रही
आ रही।
अतीक अहमद और उसके भाई को गोली मार दी।
क्या बात कर रहे?
हाँ,
क्यों?
अशरफ और अतीक को दोनों को गोली मार दी, मर गए दोनों। उन्हीं के कोई 3 बंदों ने वहां पुलिस के घेरे में घुस के गोली मार दी।
अरे अतीक अहमद his brother Ashraf shot dead in Prayagraj. Oh, this is the news. Good.
हाँ
चलो ठीक है प्रशांत, अबे
Yes,
जुड़े रहना, ध्यान से सुनते रहना। ले फिर भाग गया वो। अच्छा
चलिए एक न्यूज़ तो दिए।
जी सर।
बिल्कुल रिसेंटली हुआ
अभी
मुझे
यहाँ
लग
पर
रहा है।
2 वकील बैठे हैं, बाकी एक्सपीरियंस आदमी है। पहले
हाँ।
प्रदीप तुम्हारे को बताएंगे, जो यहाँ पर बैठे हैं इन ट्रू के नाम से, वो बताएंगे कि हाँ भाई क्या तुम्हारा सिचुएशन है और क्या तुम्हारे खिलाफ हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है। बताओ प्रदीप, बताओ।
सर प्रॉपर नोटिस पीरियड सर्व कर लिया, अब क्या उसमें रह गया? काम खत्म हो गया।
तब ठीक है, तब कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
एक्चुअली सर जो फ्रॉड वो एलिगेशंस लगा रहे हैं उसमें मेरी आईडी यूज हुई है और मेरी आईडी रिजाइन होने के बाद भी यूज हुई है, रिजाइन होने से पहले भी यूज हुई है और रिजाइन होने के बाद भी उसको किसी ने यूज किया है।
अब तो फिर मैं इसीलिए बोला था ना ओपन स्ट्रीम में मत बात कर इस चीजों को। इसके लिए मैंने बोला था बैक स्टेज में बात करेंगे, प्लीज ये सब बात मत करो, ओपन स्ट्रीम में मत बात करो। नवीन मना कर दे इसको। प्रशांत प्लीज टॉक इन, इसको पीछे बैक स्टेज में बात करो,
इसको बैक स्टेज में ले लेते हैं, ठीक है?
हाँ इधर मत बात करो। इसको काफी सेंसिटिव चीजें बोल रहे हो तुम। तुम्हारे जो दुश्मन लोग हैं उस कहीं सुन लेंगे तो बिना मतलब तुम्हारे ऊपर कुछ और करते हैं। ठीक है, हम इसको बैक स्टेज में बात करते हैं, वो अच्छा रहेगा। हाँ नवीन तुम एक काम करो, बैक स्टेज में रहो, यहाँ से अभी निकल लो, बैक स्टेज में आके बैठो, फिर हम बात करते हैं। मतलब इट इज बेटर, बैक स्टेज में आ जाओ। हाँ प्रदीप,
एकदम से न्यूज देख के चला गया वो।
वो मेरा भतीजा है, वो मेरा भतीजा मेरे गांव का है, वो वहाँ पे रहता है, कुरुक्षेत्र में रहता है। आज मैंने आज उसने फोन किया तो मैंने कहा थोड़ा टीम ज्वाइन कर ले, थोड़ा गांव वालों को बताना कि यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या करते रहते हैं, कोई पढ़े वढ़े तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा सुने तो।
हाँ ठीक है, सुनेंगे तो थोड़ा सा जो है दिमाग चलाएंगे ना, बढ़िया रहेगा वहाँ के लिए। अगर अवेकन होती है वहाँ की पब्लिक तो बहुत बढ़िया रहेगा।
अब प्रदीप क्या है, ये वही लोग हैं ना जो शहरों में रहते हैं, वही लोग कर सकते हैं। गांव वाले तो बंदे बैठ करके सिर्फ अपना यूट्यूब में वही अपना भोजपुरी गाने सुनते रहते हैं या टिकटॉक में कुछ बकवास करते हैं, जो भी होगा वहाँ पर वो करते रहते हैं। तो अगर ये लोग जाकर के उनकी उम्र वाले हैं, ये बताएंगे कि हाँ देखो चाचा की स्ट्रीम चलती है, इसकी चलती है, उसकी चलती है, तब लोग सुनेंगे, है ना।
हाँ देखिए दादा, जैसे जैसे लोग सुनने लग जाएंगे ना, थोड़ा सा जागृति आ जाएगी। और जागृति अगर गांव में भी आ गई ना तो बहुत बढ़िया रहेगा हमारे लिए।
इसे गोली कैसे मारी यार, क्या हुआ था प्रदीप? पढ़ा न्यूज?
हाँ मैं
पहले शेयर करता हूँ मैं। ठीक है भाई, थैंक्स फॉर वाचिंग, वी आर क्लोजिंग द स्ट्रीम। प्लीज शेयर एंड क्या बोलते हैं, लाइक व्हाट एवर इट इज,
शेयर सब्सक्राइब एंड लाइक,
सब्सक्राइब करो। ठीक है, हम बंद करते हैं स्ट्रीम को और दोबारा हम फिर से हाजिर होंगे किसी और टॉपिक को लेकर के, दैट विल बी इन्फॉर्म टू यू।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।